Hello and welcome on new webinar for Caneco BIM solution. I'm Andrei Ureshnik from company IB-CADDY. We are official reseller for solutions from ETAP Group. With me is also Mehmet Yüksel, who is product manager for Caneco BIM and implementation. Hi, Mehmet.
Hi, Andrei. Thank you.
In the beginning, I will just make a short presentation of our company and our solution, what we can offer on the market. So IB-CADDY company is located in Ljubljana, where we have headquarters. We also have two locations, one in Kamnik and the second one in Belgrade in Serbia. So actually, we are more or less software house where we can offer on the market different software for different industry, different solutions. Today we will talk more or less in electrical engineering, where we have solution like C-Electrical Expert, and of course also Caneco. For this area, we are distributors for whole region, so it means Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Serbia, Montenegro, North Macedonia, and also Albania. So here is little preview about our solution. You can get also more information for each software on our web page for C-Electrical Caneco and C-Electrical Expert. So if we go a little bit deeper in Caneco software, it is more or less software for calculation and design. Caneco BIM, it is like subscription model, and it's available in 3 different levels: launch, grow, and scale. So it's mean different functionality and possibility to do the calculation project and design. And there we have also possibility to add on some special modules on Caneco BIM. And this is AutoCAD OEM, this is digital modeling 2 and 3D, Caneco BIM and implementation, and also international. More or less today we will talk about Caneco BIM. So yeah, I will pass the word to my colleague Mehmet, who will do the presentation for Caneco BIM. So Mehmet, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Andrzej. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar. I am Mehmet Yüksel, product manager for Caneco BIM, as Andrzej said, and I work by ETAP. We will talk today. Sorry, I just have to share my screen. Like this. Sorry, yeah, right. Today we will be talking about Caneco BIM. I will go deeper later in what Caneco BIM is, and before that, I will just have a couple of words just to have a better understanding of who we are and where we come from. The Caneco line product is the product from Alpi, which is here in the bottom side, and it's a company created in 1986, and during the recent time we joined Schneider Electric in 2019. It's the same case for IG, the vendor for C, and later in 2023 we merged with IG, and we are officially in France named IGE, but our global brand is ETAP. When you search for Caneco software or C software, you can find us by ETAP name, and we are now a design company dedicated to electrical design. So this was only a couple of words of the brand ETAP, who we are. But if we go deeper if we go deeper in the product, we have a large solution coming from the conceptual phases to the operate and maintenance. But for Caneco product, we are more precisely on the we are more precisely on the design phase of a project. This is where we are mainly working on. And for the different software, we are doing, of course, the plan, the design, the construction of the building. And if we go with the ETAP solution, ETAP design, we will address to manage, operate, and to all of that part of a construction. But now, just a couple of words about Caneco product line. In Caneco product line, we have our main software, which is Caneco BT. If some people didn't attend to our previous webinar, for information, we had an initial webinar dedicated to Caneco BT. You can see with Andrzej to have this webinar if you want to have further information. But Caneco BT is our dedicated main software dedicated to the low voltage calculation, which include 17 different standards coming from the French, German, British, European, international, very large scape of standard to have project compliant to those specific standards. And we will work with different manufacturer. You can mix in manufacturer, and with this product you will have the capability to size the circuit breaker, the cable cross section, produce documentation, list of material, the single line diagram, and also and of course the calculation spreadsheet. So next software, which is our main topic today, Caneco BIM. Caneco BIM is an add-on to the Caneco bundle. And this Caneco BIM is a plugin to Revit. That means we will work inside Revit to define to modelize the cable in the 3D view, manage the cable, its path, where it goes through, and at the end know the total length, and have the capability to synchronize that with Caneco BT to have the calculation of the cable cross section. I will go deeper in that part in the live demo. And final part of our solution is Caneco implementation. Caneco implementation is a plugin to AutoCAD. In AutoCAD, thanks to Caneco implementation, you will be able to have all of the tools to design an electrical installation with the concept of circuit, cable, the cable trays, the synoptic in low current, high current, bill of material, a complete library ready to use. And also, like Caneco BIM, Caneco implementation is linked to Caneco BT, where you can size the cable and the circuit breaker. So before going to Caneco BIM, I would just have I would like to have a couple of words about BIM. Maybe some of you are already working with the BIM platform or within a BIM process, but just as a reminder, or a few words for those who are not yet working in the BIM. just one clarification about the difference between a digital model and BIM. Mainly, we can be misled when using software like Revit and thinking that using Revit is enough to work in BIM. And in fact, here the digital model, the project itself as a computer file with data and so on, it's different from the BIM itself. Digital model is a physical digital representation with geometrics, data, and content, which is stored in a file, and this is one part of the BIM. The BIM is referred to a process integrating software also, but people, knowledge, and process. This is not always this is not the same, but sometimes we can have some mistakes here and change the signification of the word. And um, when we're talking about BIM, we can have a lot of word, a lot of things in mind, and here a few opposite things, and it's not always easy to work on that. But everything is defined in different standard. For the BIM, it's the ISO 19650, where you can find all of the information that you may need to work on that. Just a couple of words before going to deeper on that. Mainly as a standard definition of the BIM regarding Building Smart International. We have the B for building. It's in fact the construction itself. The I for information, which is the data. And from the time we had three different definition of that. The first one is the model, which is the asset itself, the file that we will get, regrouping the geometry and the data. We have the process of modeling, which is the engineer who will do the design, and at the end we have the management, where we will use the model and work on it and keep the operate part of a project. But lately the only definition which is used today is the modeling itself, building information modeling. Just keep that in mind. One of the challenge, maybe one of the main challenge we can have with the BIM is to work on the siloed systems on the same project. You know, when you are working in a project, I don't know if it's the case for you, but this is one of the things that we have in France. The information is not shared with the other company that work on the same project. You will do your part with the data that you have, but this data belongs to you, and you do not share that with other company, and the second company will have to redefine the same part, the same information. If we talk about electricity, the topic that concerns us today, the circuit hierarchy, the system hierarchy, sorry, the ref mark, the setting of your installation, and so on. And time to time, you will lose data. You can lose data. You will certainly lose time, and maybe some mistakes can also occur when you work like that. So one of the target of a BIM process is to improve the collaboration between the different actors of the same project and to ensure the quality of the information that you will create at certain point and handle it through the complete project. If you have any question, don't hesitate to put it in the chat. We will take time at the end of the webinar to answer that. So let's switch to the live demonstration. For me, like that, I will start working on a project where I already have designed a part of my installation, and just have a couple of steps on creating a project and see what we are getting and what are the possibilities with Caneco BIM. As I said on the first part of my presentation, Caneco BIM is a plugin to Revit. That means I work inside Revit. Here I have Revit 22. We are compatible with Caneco BIM from Revit 21 to Revit 25. And in September, we will have a new release to ensure the compatibility with Revit 26. We ensure at least 4 versions of compatibility, because for those who already work with Revit, you know that you cannot upgrade the version until every actor of the same project upgrade its own version. You cannot do it by yourself. So to resume, Caneco BIM is a plugin to Revit where I can handle the different data for my project. I have also some capability for cable routing and extra tools like the Caneco library, the bill of material, and also the calculation of wall opening. We will focus on this browser, which is named Caneco browser. It will help you to see what is the content of your project, the different circuit, and maybe one of the most important part here, we are handling high current, but also low current. I have my IT panel here. If I zoom in, and every IT socket from my building. In my project, I also have in green my low current cable tray, and in purple the high current cable tray. Just take a look here to understand what happened in my project. When I click on a lightning fixture like here, I can see that it is also highlighted in my browser, which is my circuit ECL01 Sud, and I can see where it comes from and where it goes through. I have my panel here, and the cable go outside the cable to the panel, sorry, and go into the cable tray here, and end up getting outside just here. And if I change the width, I can see that here I have a junction box. The common behavior of Caneco BIM will be as following. Going from the panel to the circuit, if there is any junction box, this will be connected at first and then split in star to the different receiver, which are lighting fixture here. So this is the first part. And we can have the same for every kind of circuit here. This circuit is ECL08. If I go there, I will have another one. And every time it's highlighted, ECL04 North. I can see that I think I have a junction box here, and everything is connected to this junction box. So in Caneco BIM, I will be using this Caneco browser to see my hierarchy and to understand what is happening in my project. If I open the system browser from Revit, I will also have the same kind of installation on my main switchboard. If I select this circuit again, it will be highlighted here, and I see which circuit it is. This happens, this behave at the same time. It is synchronized in the same database, but here I will not be using the system browser from Revit because it's too limited for what I want to do. If I see here, I have other information. I have the service type, CFO, which is the name of the service type for my cable tray. I have the minimal and maximal length. This is two information relevant to Caneco BT for the sizing of the cable and the circuit breaker. If I want to, I can also add the supply mode. Just have a look on that. In my circuit here from the board, I have only normal supply, but for some circuit, I have normal and standby, as we can see here. That means before calculating with Caneco BT, I can already set in my project here what are the circuit connected in only to the transformer, and what are which circuit are connected to the genset, for example. So let's remove that, and now we will see how we are creating circuit and what we are doing with the circuit in Revit. In this room, my objects are not connected. I can select them as I will do in Revit. I have my my dynamic ribbon, but just have a look on that. This is the classic ribbon to Revit. I can create a power circuit and also a system for the switches. But what I would like to do here is to use the wiring ribbon from Caneco BIM, select the board where I would like to connect my circuit. I can see in TD Nord ECL all of the circuits that are already existing. I select one, no matter which one, and I only increase the ref mark. At this step, I will ask him to wire one circuit. That means to Caneco BIM, creating a circuit, modeling the cable in 3D, and then routing the cable through the closest cable tree. Just let it finish here. It should be fine. And let's have a look on what happened here. You can see that all of the circuit are, all of the lighting fixtures, sorry, are connected together in series. This is what happened here in my project, and I can see that here it's ECL 10 Nord, all usage, and I also have that in the Revit system browser. This is very important here. The two parts of my of the browser are connected. Just have a look. This one, it should be the last one. Yeah, you can see. Even if I select again, it will be highlighted here, this luminaire. I will not open again the system browser. It was only to show you what is really happening in from the point of view of Revit. So if you remember, the green cable tray was designed for. Sorry, I have the. I have the bar from Zoom. I hope it's okay like that. So I would just see if I yeah, okay, that's better. I just try to hide. I just hide the bar from the meeting. On this part of the cable tray, if I go to the properties of the service type, yeah, I can see that for CFA, which is low current in French, and the purple one is CFO for high current in French. And if we see in the system in the circuit here, in my system browser, I see all uses. That means it will go through the closest cable tray. Sometimes it's not relevant to change that. It depends on the time you will work on. And what I would like to do here is to change that setting in my project. So let's see here. I will select CFO, and then at the next modification, the cable will go through the other cable tray. Before doing that, let's go to the Caneco BIM setting, and let's say here I have, you can see 43 meters and 54 meters. I can change this behavior by selecting the order of the cabling. It may not be the best wiring in my project, but it's only for the example. I can see now that I still have 46 meters, but the farthest one was 52, and now I have 64. You can see I changed the order of cabling, of wiring in my project. But what I would like to do right now is to say, okay, that's fine. I have wired my lighting like that, but in fact, I'm using a junction box, and here I would like to select this one and say it is part of the same circuit, ECL NOR wire, and this time the connection will completely change from a star wiring starting from the junction box. And of course, you can see the length of my circuit has changed also. 50 the shortest length, and 51 the farthest the longest length of my circuit. One second part here, I have still in the same room, I have IT socket here in yellow. Let's select them. After that, I can still create a data system regarding Revit, but this is not what we would like to do, because if I click here, it will create one single circuit, cabling in series, all of the socket. This is not what we want to have. Instead of that, we will be using still using the wiring tool of Caneco BIM. Select my IT panel, see the address that we have in this panel. Let's select this one and start a new one, 4.1. And instead of creating one circuit, I will wire n circuit. That means Caneco BIM will create one circuit for each object that we have in my project. Here in this case, it's 4. Let Caneco BIM create the circuit, the wiring, and we will see what happened here. Here you can see I have 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, and 4.4. This is the 4 circuit that I created here. It's 4 different circuits. And you can see that they are also set for all uses, but I will select a low current. But in fact, here there will be no change because they are already going through the green cable tray which is the correct one. So this is the first part of Caneco BIM. We have seen the behavior of the cable, how we can manage it. Of course, there is plenty of different tools to define the mandatory passage point in the same cable tray. For example, here I come this side. I can say, okay, don't go there, but go there. I can reroute the cable from other segment of my cable tray. This is the kind of possibility that we can do with Caneco BIM. I can also link two cable tray that are not connected to one to the other. For example, here, let's say a track bridge, and Caneco BIM will create a virtual bridge here, which will help me to change the behavior of the cable. The cable will go through this segment if it's the closest path to the receiver. This is relevant for example, if you have a column or a wall where you cannot drill a big hole and stop the cable tray before the wall and start again after the wall. But in fact, regarding your system, it's the same system, it's the same cable tray. You can link them like that. Now we have seen that, we will go to Caneco BT and size the cable, the cross section and the circuit breaker. Let's go to Caneco BT. In Caneco BT, we will see only the sorry, it didn't open it automatically. Just have to load my file. Okay. Here, I will ask him to import my main transformer, my main genset, and I have the complete installation here. We'll create a new project. At this step, I will get automatically designed in Caneco BT my complete electrical hierarchy already defined in Revit. It will help me to avoid mistakes and ensure the data integrity between the digital model in Revit and the calculation software, which is Caneco BT. Let's reduce that. Just have a look on circuit 10, if I can find it here. I will have 50 meters to the first device and 52 to the farthest device in my project. I have 6 consumer, 26.6 watt each. The circuit name, I only forget to change that in Caneco BT. I will do that in Caneco BIM. I will do that. The cable, I forgot that. And what is relevant here? Sorry, I will stick to the simple representation. From my transformer, I have a 250 kVA, which is what I selected in Revit, and 38 meters between my transformer and the main switchboard. I will just add a circuit breaker here. Okay. If you want to have deeper information, don't hesitate to see that in the webinar dedicated to Caneco BIM. I will just make a simple calculation here just to understand what is happening and what we will get. So I finished to select that, calculate. Okay, I select the first one. It's not relevant to me here. I can also change the manufacturer and mix also manufacturer in the same project or between two parts. The only thing that I would like to do is add a bus bar here. Let's add two bus bar. Select the socket here. Add to the first one. And this device here, like that. Is 3 phases. Let's change that to a single phases. Like that. Let's do that for the other one. Phase neutral ground. Okay. And in my project, I also would like to add something that it can happen sometimes when you have two different people. The first one is working Revit and the second one is working with Caneco BT, and you have to make an hypothesis and see what happens when you add a new circuit, or you know that you will need a new board, but you don't have the time to do it in Revit. Just make the calculation and sending to the control body, for example. Let's select a board here. Let's say yes. Let's say TDO 5, 30 meters, 100 amps. And we said here, like that, calculate. Okay. And this is a circuit and a board that are not existing in Revit. We will see what happened there. I will only now make a complete calculation. Okay, extra information, fine. Complete calculation and go back to Caneco BT to add the different result. Limited. We will do the power requirement and phase balancing. Let's say 30% to everything. Okay. Okay. Power balance, fine. Oh, sorry. What did I miss? Okay, I don't know. I will not I will not go. In the circuit optimization with the cable cross section and circuit breaker and so on. I think. Oh, I know what I forgot. Sorry. I know what I forgot. Yeah, I forgot to add that. Oh, okay. I have something else. I will have to check that. Maybe I cannot. Okay, we will see. I added new circuit here. Maybe I made a mistake. I will see that when it go to this specific circuit. TD NOR force. Yes, TD NOR force. Yeah, okay. There is something. There's something that is missing here. I will see what I did here and I will change that. Almost finished. Yeah, okay. I understand what is happening here. Okay. It was too high. I think I missed something on this on the circuit here, or on the socket circuit. Okay. So in Caneco BIM, just a quick word. You can define the single line diagram, also the board single line. From each part, you can add a terminal here, tools, change the mark, protected device, the cable. Let's rename that. I have a ref mark for the circuit breaker, for the terminal ref mark also. Let's go back here. And of course, you can produce any kind of documentation here, single line diagram, bill of material for the cable, for the circuit breaker, the discrimination curve, also the calculation spreadsheet with all of the needed data to define your installation. But the only thing that we will do here, let's add also 3 extra circuit here as miscellaneous circuit. Let's say like that. 3. Yes. Save my project. Fine. What I did, in fact, is creating 1 board and 3 circuits that are not available in my project. Let's see what will happen here. We will import the Caneco project, which is this one. It's the right time. At the first step, it will compare the circuit from our Revit project to the circuit in my Caneco BT project. And I can see here the 2 sub-bus bars that I added, the TD-O5 with the 3 miscellaneous circuit, and of course the circuit coming from my main switchboard and feeding the TD-O5. Let's import all of them. The first step here, it will ask me to match Revit family to the TD-O5, which is not existing in my project. It will analyze the different panel that I have in my project. Let's select this one. And now Caneco BIM asked me to put it in my project. Let's put it here. And after that, Caneco BIM will connect this circuit, create and connect within Revit, update all of the shared parameters, and import object. Let's validate that. This is the setting that you will do only once. And you can customize it, of course. At this step, it will create the shared parameter that I have selected here. Feed the distribution board here, and also create the 3 miscellaneous circuit. You will see here 3 small objects that will appear. and they are in fact the three miscellaneous circuit that I created in Caneco BT. All of the steps that I am doing right now, they are also created in the Revit database. It's not specific or dedicated to Caneco BIM. That means if you share this file, this project, or if you are working in a collaborative way through ACC, for example, what you will do here is native data from a point of view of Revit. Everything that you do with Caneco BIM will be available to anyone who is not using Caneco BIM. It's a real Revit electrical system. So it's almost finished. And I will show you what happened in the circuit properties, and also the different level that I created to the Revit wire. Update, almost finish. You see here, there is black things that appear here. Sorry, it didn't update the parameter. And I created parameter on each wire in the 2D view. That takes time also. But never as much as if you were doing it in two separated software or manually in the same project. So I think it was the last step. Yes, finished. Okay. Let's select this one. You see here TD05. It will highlight the cable. First time it takes a couple of seconds. Okay. Circuit TGBT TD05, my panel TD05, and the three different circuit. Sorry, it slipped. TD5, div1, div2, div3. If I open my system browser, I can see here in the properties, it's TD05, and I have the three different circuit. That means the data model is linked one to the other one. And finally, let's move to another view. In English, it should be this one, and this one. Here, all of my level are created with Caneco BIM shared parameters. If I select this wire in the properties, I can see extra new information here, which are the shared parameter. And if I go to a circuit like this one, electrical circuit, properties, and I see the cross section, the kind of cable, the voltage drop maximal, the voltage drop to this circuit, as the circuit breaker also. And I have that to each kind of each circuit of my project. Let's close this one, and Sorry, I forgot. I need an extra view. This one should be the good one. Yes, fine. Now I would like to calculate every segment of my cable trays in my project. I can see that they are mostly in yellow, which means um, the um, the size is too high. If I select this one, consult the cross section, and I can see that yes, this segment is too big regarding the content. As a default value that I had in this project was 2 layer and 20% of spare capacity. And I can say here, okay, it's too large. Let's select it again, and let's say I will reduce the size of a cable tray. The default size is 150 by 100, and Caneco BIM has calculated 55 to 25. Let's say yes. And the size of the cable tray will be calculated automatically. If I check again the content, I can see now how fitted it is. And if I go to this one, which were for the high current, it will be the same behavior. But in fact, there is one thing that changed here. I have a different setting in the layer, in the cable laying in the cable tray. I can say, okay, I would like to have 20% of spare space and 2 layer. But I can also set one or other parameter, which is the maximal diameter, where I would like to have a cable alone, which is here in my setting 20. And this cable A1 is for TD Sud Force 5G10. And this cable is defined has not, sorry, overlapping circuit cable. Okay, let's validate that. I will remove the color section. Let's go back to our classical 3D view and use the wall opening calculation. Let's do a small setting here, calculate everything. Let's select that. Okay. I forget to switch it in French for that part. I see which cable, which opening it is. Sorry, I misclicked. LX01, for example. Let's do that for that one, 02. Okay, okay. Just keep in mind here, the wall opening that I have created are not, in fact, real hole in the different wall. It's more a generic object where I what happened? It will shut down. Just in the meantime, the opening that I created here are generic object, which is more more easier to use, especially when you don't have the rights to change the architectural object for a project, and you can work like that and share the generic object to the BIM manager who will be, for example, the clash detection, and see if there is any commitment to do with the other engineer company, and create the final wall opening. So let's work again. I don't know why it did that. I am using a French project in an English version of Caneco BIM and Revit. Not sure that that helps with the French parameter and so on. Sometimes it can lead to problem like that. Okay, let's go back. I don't know when I saved my file. Maybe I should have opened the other one. Okay, no problem. We are in fact almost at the end of my presentation. I just wanted to make the different label to the wall opening, to see what we are what we have. Okay. Okay, I will do just here with this one. And yes, I forgot, I think, again, to switch the language here. Let's validate. Okay. And let's go back to the floor plan, coordination, cable tray. I have one here. Annotate all tags. Generic model. It should be fine. Yes. Here you have the I don't know in English, the lower part of the cable tray, no, of the opening, sorry, 3.70 meters, and the size of the opening. And if I select that one, properties, ref mark, let's say LEC01, and the label will be updated automatically, because I created this label with the different shell parameter that I have here. So that's pretty much all. I will stop. It was selected. I will stop sharing my screen. If you have any question, don't hesitate to put in the chat.
So Mehmet,
Yes.
thank you very much for this good introduction presentation. So if I understand correctly, you can start the project in, let's say, in Revit with Caneco BIM, do the calculation in Caneco BT, you put back the data to Revit again, or you can also make automatic generation multi and single line is electrical. So it's actually some ecosystem where you can do the whole project about electrical
Yeah,
project.
electrical single schematic is only linked to Caneco BT.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah.
you can start from the Revit model, go to Caneco BT to make the calculation, selection of the different devices, circuit breaker and so on, and then go to C electrical.
Good, good. So I think that actually we don't have any questions till now, but still, everyone who are on this webinar, you can contact us for each information, and for sure we will give you all needed information. So again, in the end, I would like to say thank you to all for participation on this webinar. Mehmet, many thanks to you for this good presentation.
You're welcome, with pleasure.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.